Hi everyone, it's Terry here, sharing another process video. This time it's for Peartree Cutfiles, who are sponsoring a Scraplift over on Scrap Academy. And this is Nikki Rowland's layout that we've got to Scraplift. I'm using the Moments cut file to use as part of my title. So I've pulled out some of the pieces of Simple Stories Cozy Days collection that I've had left over. I've got this full sheet left and lots of scraps. That's ideal for this kind of layout. So I'm just going to gut the middle of my patterned paper so that I can use it somewhere else, and then add a white cardstock piece over the top. So originally I thought I was going to use this kind of checked pattern, but now I'm going to use the dark navy floral. I've cut a piece of white cardstock to about 11 by 11 and I'm just distressing the edges. So I'm just folding the corners in and adding some staples just to hold it together. I'm just working out where I want my strips of paper. So if you remember back to Nikki's layout, she had lots of patterned paper strips across her layout in a kind of central pattern design. So I'm just working out where I want to put those pieces. I'm trying to use different patterns that I've got left over from this collection and kind of repeating them down the page. Some pieces in the middle are a little bit smaller, so I have put them, so what I will do is cut them in half. I've put them to one side. I'm just adding some mixed media to the background. I've pulled out some of my distress oxides and then this kind of patterned stencil from Echo Park. So I'm using abandoned coral, candied peel and fossilized amber, I think they're called, from the distress oxides. So I'm just doing kind of patches of them in a kind of central design, adding a bit of water just to add a bit of kind of texture to it because it pulls off some of the colour, so you get some little drip marks left. And then I'm going to add some splatters of the colours as well. So I've just put the inks on a piece of craft mat and spritzed it with water, and then I'm just splattering all over the layout. Things always look a mess before you start adding more to it, and you'll actually see that I actually cover up the majority of what is in the background. You just see it poking out. So now I'm just going in and I'm sticking those pieces of patterned paper back over the top of my dried background. So like I said before, I've cut those pieces so that they fit across the page, and the centre where there's a bit missing, I'll be covered up by my photos. I'm just making sure they've all fit and all got gaps in, and now I'm pulling in my photos. So I'm going to use two small photos. These are smaller than 3 by 4. I'm going to back my cut file with this patterned paper that's exclusive from Hip Kit, and because it's a cut file that's one word and I've decided I'm going to use all one colour, I'm just going to cut it out as one piece rather than doing each individual letter like I would probably normally do, because quite often I'd use different patterned papers to back the word, so each letter might be a different one, or and I might have a repeating kind of pattern of 2 or 3 different papers. This time, because it's quite a busy background, I want to use a simple designed paper, and it's got a lovely kind of simple pink pattern on the back of this navy polka dot paper, so it does you can't see the colour too well there. So I'm just cutting out a circle from the navy to use as part of the camera, and then I can stick the pink down. it just makes the camera stand out against the word. So you can see the kind of O from the moments. And I never get it quite right, so I still have to go in and trim bits off here and there. So I've pulled my layout back in, and I'm just going to work out where I want to put everything. I've pulled out this gold sticker word that says sweet, so my title is going to be Sweet Moments. And these are photos of me and my other half when we went walking recently to some moorland, peatland even, near where we are. I pulled out this bramble fox perspective that I'm going to use, just because it's a strip of stars. I thought it was quite nice. It can go along one of the strips of patterned paper. So I'm sticking the kind of landscape type picture with not much detail on behind my gold word, and then I'm going to put that word flush over the top of the photo, and then the one with the people in is going to be sat up on foam pads. So I've added a little gold puffy heart to the centre of the moments to add a bit of interest, and I'm cutting out these butterflies from the Jen Hadfield The Avenue ephemera pack. I don't like it when ephemera has too big a white area around them, so I quite often find myself fussy cutting around them. They're quite big, some of these butterflies, so I do split them up and manage to put them on the page. It does mean that there's not a huge amount of embellishment needed on the rest of the page. So I'm just working out where to tuck these little kind of wreath pieces. So I like to do repeating patterns or elements of ephemera. So I've got the repeating butterflies, and then I've got the repeating black kind of floral wreaths. So I've put the wreaths, I've cut them in half, so that you can then use half in one area and half in another. I've done the same with that gold thicker piece, but I don't actually use the second bit. I added the puffy gold butterfly to the top, and then some puffy gold hearts in and around. It's quite a busy layout, so I'm just looking at other bits of ephemera. Added in a circle sticker, and I've pulled out some chipboard pieces from the Simple Stories Cozy Days collection, and I'm just adding those now. They're just a few random little things. I thought because it was sweet moments, I've pulled out a jar of jam and one that says pumpkin spice, and then I've got another one there that just says happy fall, and I've popped that up on some foam pads so that it has a bit of lift on it, so it's not flat. So there we go, there's my finished page for Peartree Cutfiles, who are sponsoring a Scraplift of Nikki Rowland over on Scrap Academy. I'll leave links in the comments below. Thanks for joining me again. Bye!